Recording from Loyola University of Chicago's Water Tower campus, this is Loyola Sports Radio with Robert Zaglinski and my partner, Megan Dela Cruz. Welcome into the show. Let's get over the top headlines from the weekend. In baseball, the Cubs have won 3 of their last 4 and took 2 of 3 from the Colorado Rockies over the weekend. But Chris Bryant took a pitch to the head in the series finale Sunday. X-rays were negative, and he has no signs of a concussion as the Cubs went through all precautions with their star player.
Meanwhile, the White Sox were swept by the Houston Astros over the weekend and sit at 4-14 as the worst team in the American League. They haven't won a game since April 11th. Despite this, star second baseman Yoan Moncada has begun to heat up with 7 RBI, 6 hits, and 2 home runs in his last 6 games.
NFL Draft Week is here as futures for teams begin to be set. The Bears will select number 8 overall. Notre Dame guard Quentin Nelson is the favorite for the pick for Chicago among many options. The first round begins in Dallas Thursday at 7 Central.
To the NBA, last night, the Cleveland Cavaliers evened their series against the Indiana Pacers on the strength of a strong performance of 32 points from LeBron James. Controversy ensued over a late game jump ball that wasn't awarded to Indiana. A pivotal Game 5 is set for Wednesday night.
Meanwhile, finally, in the NHL, the 2-time defending champion Pittsburgh Penguins advanced the second round over the rival Philadelphia Flyers 8-5. The Penguins will play the winner of the Washington Capitals Columbus Blue Jackets series, of which has a Game 6 tonight with Washington looking to close out Columbus. Before we jump into any Loyola basketball, Megan, which is our focus today, everyone listening should come on out to Bar 63 for drink specials ranging from wines to house cocktails. It's an excellent getaway to catch your favorite basketball team in the Ramblers, which again, coincidentally, we were going to jump into expectations they should have going into next season after making a Final Four run. They're going to bring back a lot of players, but they might have a target on their back. I understand that you think they can do it again.
I think they can maintain their success due to recent history of other NCAA tournament Cinderellas like Butler, VCU, and Wichita State in recent years having had sustained success and being just as good in years prior. The expectation shouldn't be to exceed for them, but to maintain. That's thanks to Coach Porter Moser and his coaching staff. Although they may lose some key players, they do have Ahir Uguak as a redshirt coming in this season and bringing back the skills of Lucas Williamson and Cameron Krutwig, who are exceptional alternates.
That's all well and good, but while the Ramblers are in a weak conference in the Missouri Valley, to expect another Final Four run is misguided. They can be just as good and not make it as far in the tournament. And that's because they had a lot of fortune to make it so far this year based off the favorable South region of the tournament that lost its top 2 seeds in Virginia, Cincinnati, and Tennessee all by the second round. To expect to play another number 9 seed in Kansas State to get to the Final Four is confounding, as that so rarely happens. The roster will stay the same, and they'll bring back a lot of talented players, but it'll be hard to get the same roll of the dice.
That's a fair point, but the Ramblers are now on the map. If they dominate for another season, there will be a much higher seed and be in position to again get a favorable recent region once more. It's about continuity, and that's what they have. The surprise factor of lack thereof helps. And if the Ramblers are able to maintain what they have now, they just have to get used to their new lineup. Like they played this season with the redshirt junior Marcus Towns contributing his efforts to the team. Don't count out mentioned crucial players like the soon-to-be sophomores Krutwig and Williamson, or most importantly 2017-2018 Conference Player of the Year Clayton Custer, among others returning to the court. They have the horses to get similar success.
Coach Moser will have his hands full to keep his team level-headed, and he's proven to be very good at that. But that doesn't mean they should be any more favored because of their returning lineup. If they're a higher seed, Megan, then they're only in a worse position because they'll play a better team early on in a tournament. The underdog mentality is what drove them through this year against better teams, and they won't have that with pedigree under their belt. Better teams will see them coming. Better teams will scout them out more. Better teams will understand what they do best. They're not going to be able to avoid the pitfalls of a Kentucky or a North Carolina or Duke that are just as well coached, if not better, and have more talent and can take advantage of what Loyola does best for every good player and every talented player that Loyola has in the fold. The surprise factor, like I said, is gone with teams knowing about them. And yeah, that's less tangible and measurable in comparison to actual players on the court. But to me, that's part of what that's part of the pressure that might be too much to me for them. They have a huge target on their back now. And for a non-traditional powerhouse like Loyola normally is, with expectations still rising, that's more or less difficult to overcome.
That's all well and good, Robert. And they might have Bulldog Ale House to help them through this upcoming season. Come on out to Rogers Park's favorite Rambler establishment with any new member of refreshments, appetizing specials, and big screen TVs set on the rise of Loyola men's basketball.
From Loyola University Chicago Water Tower campus, this has been Loyola Sports Radio with myself, Robert Zaglinski, and my partner, Megan Dela Cruz. I don't know. It said 6:22. We have 2 commercials.
Really?
Yeah, at this point, I just feel like leaving it. Because I improvised a lot last time. I don't know. Do you just want to leave it?
I'm fine with 6:22.
Yeah, let's just do that. Oh my God! God damn it! And I didn't turn off live. Okay, one more read through.
Okay.
I didn't turn off the live. So we just had the whole conversation. This whole